A blacks against migrants gang war is simmering in Chicago, locals say. This is scary, scary stuff, scary times. The government isn't doing anything about it, so now the gangs are actually really talking about doing something about this. That they're tired of all the stuff that's going on, and soon it's gonna explode. It's gonna implode, I should say. Um, Again, because government won't do anything about it. Kamala Harris won't do anything about it. Joe Biden won't do anything about it. They're allowing illegal immigrants to come into our cities and come into our towns and get away with get away with breaking the law. And then they're taking our handouts, taking our resources while our own citizens suffer, and people are just fed up about it. But I am no way condoning violence or anything like that, of course. But we're gonna talk about what some of the locals say about this. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account as well. So follow me on those platforms also. All right, so let's get into this news now. This comes from the Wall Street Journal. Wow, I haven't got a report from them for a long time. By Michael Schwartz. And he reports that famous icons in powdered wigs drafted and signed the great documents that both launched and fulfilled the American Revolution. But the hard-edged men who fought the street battles in the decade preceding the revolution included artisans and laborers for the practical business of resisting tyranny, has always engaged the efforts of those doomed to historical obscurity. With this in mind, the ongoing migrant invasion of the United States has potential to enlist a new generation of freedom-loving revolutionaries in places like Chicago, where, according to the New York Post, the situation could soon erupt into what one ex-convict called, quote, blacks against migrants. Tyrone Muhammad, 53, described the dangerous situation of the New York to the New York outlet, quote, when the black gangs here get fed up with the illegalities and criminal activities of these migrants or non-citizens, the city of Chicago is going to go up in flames, and there will be nothing the National Guard or the government can do about it when the bloodshed hits the streets. It'll be blacks against migrants, he said. A former gang member who served 20 years in the state prison for murder, Muhammad now runs ex-cons for community and social change, an anti-violent street street patrol and prevention program. Having endured the migrant invasion under President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris, Muhammad supports former President Donald Trump. He said, quote, it's not so much Trump himself, it's the Democrats are selling us down the river, Muhammad said of his decision to form the group ex-cons for Trump. Quote, the bougie or upward mobile blacks might like Kamala Harris, but she isn't going to do anything for us. I agree. The bourgeoisie, the bougie, the elite, the black elites love Kamala Harris for some reason. Maybe they can't tell how fake she really. I don't understand. You can't tell how incompetent and how fake this woman is. Even with all y'all degrees and stuff, but degrees don't make common sense though. Degrees do not make does not mean you have any common sense. Meanwhile, the 55-year-old Reverend Corey Brooks echoed Muhammad's political sentiments. He said, quote, Chicago is a blue city and Illinois is a blue state, but people are starting to wake up, Brooks said. It's not about the person, it's about the policies. I've seen what's happening with my own eyes when it comes to the migrant criminal gangs, and it's very concerning. But no, according to Democrats, nothing is happening. That nothing is going on. The migrants are abiding by the laws. They're not breaking any laws. There's no criminal activity happening, according to Democrats. Of note, Trendy Aragua, a vicious and well-armed Venezuelan gang, has moved into Southside Chicago. Now here in Texas, I just read a I haven't read the full article, but I saw a headline saying that Governor Abbott is giving a $5,000 bounty, putting a $5,000 bounty on their heads, basically for any information about this gang. So they are not. So Governor Abbott is not playing around here in Texas. But last month, reports surfaced that members of the same gang had taken over an apartment building in Aurora, Colorado. You know, I've showed that. I showed the footage of them knocking on someone's doors with the I can't remember if it was I think it was an AK-47 or was it AR-15. I can't remember. But knocking on someone's door with that, I played that video. I played that clip. Chicago gang member Corey Rogers sees the Venezuelans as a problem. Quote, what bothers me is the Venezuelans are united, Rogers said. The black gangs are too divided and they take each other down. Likewise, reports of migrants receiving preferential, I'm struggling reading today, y'all, preferential treatment, including financial benefits, have left Chicago gang members rankled. Quote, there's been a lot going on with the migrant gangs that nobody's even hearing about, 27-year-old gang member and ex-con Zach Massey told the Post. Massey continued, quote, they be moving in our own territory and robbing people, but they don't get arrested like we do. Wow. I actually talked to one of the I talked to one on the Translator app. He told me all the things he got going on, how they helped him get a car, an apartment, EBT card, all this stuff. They giving them thousands. We get maybe 400 a month, and they don't even have social security numbers. Wow. Comments of that nature coincide with what citizens in Springfield, Ohio have said about Haitian migrants receiving government assistance. This is crazy. They're just handing out money to anyone that's not from this country. Since 2022, Chicagoans have seen 42,000 migrants invade their city at a cost of nearly $500 million per the Post. So $500 million funding this. Nearly half that many have found their way to tiny Springfield since 2020. But the establishment media does not want you to notice. Of course not. In any event, the border crisis under Biden and Harris has reached unattainable proportions. Pray that Trump returns to the White House before the black men of Chicago conclude that they have no choice but to organize themselves into a modern day version of our pre-revolutionary patriots and then deal with the encroaching enemies accordingly. Again, y'all know I don't deal in violence. I hope this does not happen, but I agree with the author of this. If Trump don't win and he do something and Camilla wins and she continually leave this border wide open, and matter of fact, she'll be at the border with wide open arms, and they'll come flooding through the gates, and it's gonna be some type of gang wars going on. But y'all, let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.